This is NDTV. And you're watching NDTV Hindu.
Very good evening to you and welcome to the show. You are watching News Tonight with me, Ashmit. We'll waste no time and get right down to the latest stories, potential fallouts and pressing issues that are surfacing at this hour. First up, after masterstrokes that made the incumbents uneasy, AIADMK Commander-in-Chief Jayalalitha gets a rude awakening from the Supreme Court after it refuses to stay on the disproportionate assets case. What fates awaits Amma? Our executive editor Sanjay Pinto will be joining us later to delve deeper. Next was the former CGI in cahoots with the tainted Spectrum Raja. Justice Gokhale shells the former CGI with an explosive disclosure. Our senior correspondent Peer Mohammed will be joining us shortly on that. But before all of that, let's take a quick glance at the top stories at this hour. It's a setback for Amma ahead of the Assembly polls. The Supreme Court refuses to stay her trial in the disproportionate assets case. Former Chief Justice of Madras High Court slams the former CGI, claims that he was not aware of Raja's alleged role in influencing judiciary. It's huge embarrassment for the former CGI. Was the former Chief Justice aware of Raja's role?
I said Justice Rezori has not written to me as Chief Justice of India. He has not written any letter to me. He has written a letter to the Chief Justice of Madras High Court.
In an exclusive interaction with NDTV Hindu, Justice Raghupati says that his position is vindicated.
Now that His Lordship Justice Gokhale has clarified, everything is clear now. And as such, now there is no controversy.
Supreme Court throws deemed universities a lifeline, puts the onus on state governments to take a call on granting them affiliation. Get ready to shell out more to drive your vehicle. Petrol prices have been hiked yet again, this time by almost 3 rupees a litre. After Slumdog Millionaire is 127 hours, Rahman's tickets to conquering the world. Rahman nominated for a second time for the Golden Globe. Let's also take a look at developments from across the country. Phone taps are necessary but must be done within the rules. The Prime Minister asks the Cabinet Secretary for a report within a month. Cut fares within a week or face action. Civil Aviation Minister Praful Patel warns tells NDTV that airlines are exploiting the public. LK Advani takes the battle against the government on the public deadlock to the people. Targets the Prime Minister and Sonia Gandhi. 9 opposition MLAs in Orissa suspended over rowdy protests. Demand the Chief Minister Naveen Patnaik's resignation. Now, after corrupt politicians and bureaucrats, today's explosive statement by Justice H.L. Gokhale has raised critical questions about the culpability of the judiciary. And the drama doesn't just end there. Even as the fresh saga unfolds, it is all revolving around the one man who has been tainted and maimed after allegations of corruption, A. Raja. In a tell-all statement, Justice Gokhale, a Supreme Court judge who was earlier the Chief Justice of the Madras High Court, reiterated that Raja's name had been mentioned in Justice Raghupati's letter. Now, Justice Gokhale's statement comes in the direct opposition to claims of K.G. Balakrishnan, the former Chief Justice of India. On the 8th of this month, the former CGI Balakrishnan had maintained that no names of a union minister had been mentioned. Now, just to remind our viewers, Justice Raghupati of the Madras High Court had written a letter alleging that the former Telecom Minister Raja had tried to influence him. Now, again, Justice Balakrishnan denied receiving any such letters and claimed that Justice Gokhale's report had no mention of a minister. But now, Justice Gokhale has shot down the former CGI statements, saying that Justice Raghupati's letter had been forwarded to the CGI and that it clearly mentioned A. Raja. Now, meanwhile, the former CGI was seen evading the media glare after Justice Gokhale's revealing statements on an embarrassed Balakrishnan looks to be running for cover. Let's in fact listen into his response to questions that were raised post the disclosure by Justice Gokhale.
One thing you must understand, yes. There is no case that any minister had contacted any judge. There is no allegation, there is no such allegation. I said Justice Rezori has not written to me as Chief Justice of India. He has not written any letter to me. He has written a letter to the Chief Justice of Madras High Court. The Chief Justice letter, he has given a correct report. He has a Chief Justice, he says Justice Gokhale is a good judge, he given a correct report and he says there is no case that any minister had contacted any judge. That is a letter written. How can I reveal the content of a letter written to somebody else?
Now, the former CGI, KG Balakrishnan, finds himself on a sticky wicket and pretty much rightly so. Let's take a quick look at his statement on December 8th and how they have been refuted effectively by Justice Gokhale. First up, on the 8th of December, he had said that I had not received any such letter or communication from Justice Raghupati while I was in office. Now, in response to that, Justice H.L. Gokhale has said that I forwarded Justice Raghupati's letter to CGI on the 5th of July 2009 and got acknowledgement from Justice Balakrishnan on the 8th of August 2009. Now, moving back to the 8th of December now, KG Balakrishnan had again said that Justice Gokhale sent me a report wherein nothing was mentioned about any union minister having made a telephonic talk with Justice Raghupati to influence him. Now, again, responding to that statement, H.L. Gokhale again said, and very categorically at that Justice Raghupati's letter was already with him, and in the second paragraph thereof, Justice Raghupati had specifically mentioned the name of Raja. Now, meanwhile, NDTV Hindu's executive editor Sanjay Pinto caught up with one of the key figures in this saga, Justice Raghupati. Let's listen into his response.
Well, the man, many would say, is in the center of the controversy here. Justice Raghupati joins us now on NDTV. So thank you for joining us. You have already said in your letter, you've named the minister Raja as someone who tried to influence you in that anticipatory bail plea hearing. But the former Chief Justice of the Supreme Court has said, Justice Balakrishnan has said that no such name was received in the communication sent to him by the Madras High Court Chief Justice.
No comments. Please. Get the contents of the letter and it will explain itself.
So in the judgment on page 41 of the recent Madras High Court judgment in the case, your letter is reproduced wherein clearly you have said that the minister A. Raja was waiting on the phone line, but you refused to speak to him and said the case would be disposed of on merit. Is that what was sent to the...
Yeah, that is the contents of the letter.
Does it make you feel sad, sir, that a former Chief Justice has actually said that the name was not sent to him, although you have very clearly and transparently put that on record?
No comments.
What would you like to say? I mean, now that this controversy, in fact, the former Chief Justice of India and the former Chief Justice of the Madras High Court have now taken diametrically opposite views and have given opposite statements.
Now that His Lordship Justice Gokhale has clarified, everything is clear now. And as such, now there is no controversy. Majesty of law has been upheld. I am of the view truth only will triumph.
Do you feel vindicated now, sir, having been transparent right from day one?
Thankful to you.
That you've been vindicated by Justice Gokhale coming out in the open and saying that it was forwarded?
That is the real truth. He has come out. Nothing else. That is what had happened. Now it has come out. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
And this is one story, a story that we have been tracking. And for more on that, let's go across to our senior correspondent, Peer Mohammed, who's joining us live from the newsroom. Now, Peer, first to talk in terms of, again, it is now being termed as a case of justice versus judiciary. Now, does it in any way hold the judiciary system, in this case, the former CGI, culpable about, again, for suppressing information with regard to A. Raja?
Yes, looks like the former Chief Justice of India, KG Balakrishnan, has tried to suppress that information because for the past 1 week, this is a public document, Justice Raghupati's letter to the Chief Justice of Madras High Court, then Chief Justice Mr. Gokhale, that is a public document. Thanks to the judgment by the Madras High Court in the case, contempt case, in which the justices have clearly referred to the contents of the letter written by Raghupati on July 2nd of 2009, and a major portion of the letter written by Raghupati is now a public document. And now that Justice Gokhale has also said that in the second paragraph of the letter written by Raghupati, Raja's name is clearly mentioned. Now that Justice KG Balakrishnan is answerable, he has to answer if he had deliberately suppressed the information that Raja's former Union Minister name is there. Now that is the question before the former Chief Justice of India, particularly in the context of allegations by a lot of people that corruption has also crept in the judiciary of India. He is now answerable to the country now.
Right, Pete. He's answerable at this point again with those allegations coming in. But what are people making of the initial response from the former CGI again, avoiding very critical questions, not a word about whether or not Raja was a part of that letter. Again, no word on that. So what is being made out of the initial response coming in?
Yes, the former Chief Justice is now caught in such a situation that he cannot answer this question, because this is a public document now. That is what Justice Raghupathy is saying. Now you can go get the document from the Registrar General of Madras High Court or from this particular judgment, which is available online. The content of the letter is now available online. Now Chief Justice of India, the former Chief Justice of India, is definitely in a soup, and both the judges have corroborated to the fact that Raja was on the phone line trying to influence the judge. Yeah.
Right, P. Thanks a lot for joining us and for giving us that insight again. The former CGI, again, is finding himself in a soup. Now, moving forward, the Supreme Court deals a major blow to Amma. What will be the impact? We'll get you a sense of that in just a little while.